Hello, Hofstra fans, and welcome to the W. Mason Coach Report with head men's basketball coach Joe Mihalich. Coach, welcome.
Stephen, glad to be here. Exciting times. It's March, and what did John Rothstein say last night? If you don't like March Madness, you don't like fun.
Yeah, Coach. No better time of year than March in college basketball season. Finished up your home slate last week with 2 games. Lost at home on Thursday to Towson and recovered with the win over JMU on Saturday. Give us the recap of the week that was.
Well, you certainly don't ever want to lose or like to lose, and it's happened this year, a few times. And what I'm proud of is that we learned from those losses. We responded from those losses, and those losses, you either grow from them or you let them lead to another loss. And our guys were great. They, Towson, give them all the credit in the world. They outcoached us, outplayed us. Did everything you had to do to win the game, and take the next step, and you show the tape to our guys, and they owned it and came out and played real well against JMU.
Yeah, obviously, Coach Speak says you can learn a lot from a loss, as much, maybe sometimes more than you can learn from a win. Was the Towson game kind of the epitome of that?
Well, I can point to the Delaware loss, the Charleston loss, the William and Mary losses. All 4 of those were good for us, and good probably not the right word, but they were beneficial for us.
And then Saturday, as you just mentioned, recovered and just completely dominated a conference opponent and showed your will against a team that you wanted to win, and you had a goal set that day. What did you see from your team early on that you knew that the team was locked in?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like what we've already talked about. I saw a team that hated the fact that they lost Thursday night. They hated it. And then you want people that hate to lose. Not love to win. Everybody loves to win. But you want guys that hate to lose, and our guys hate to lose. I also saw a bunch of guys that knew a championship was on the line and wanted to win a championship. So 2 really good things.
Eli Pemberton, obviously we talked a lot about him and DeJour this season. That was a special Eli Pemberton game on a special day in a special environment. How can you put into words what he did Saturday in terms of, like, on his senior day, the final game he's going to play at the MAC, all wrapped into one?
It's interesting you would use the phrase "put into words," because when those guys were walking out with their mouth, I couldn't talk. I just couldn't get anything to come out. I was just holding back, choking back tears. I mean it. All 3 guys, I could not say a word. I just gave them a hug, and like I said, just the tears came, but I was just trying to fight them back. So put into words is an interesting phrase. It was like a TV movie. It was everything you dreamed about. I mean, here comes a senior who's already one of our all-time greats. I mean, over 1,900 points now. I don't know if he gets to 2,000. If he does, that means we've played a lot of games, so that would be a good thing, right? But over the 1,900 points and senior night, and it can go either way now. Senior night. I mean, we've both seen clunkers on senior night, right, where the kids are so excited and they want to do great things on their senior night, and they lay an egg. And he was the best he's ever been, and he's been locked in. I'll tell you what, he had 2 or 3 games where he wasn't himself. And I think I've said this before, where I just said to him, like, listen, you're already an all-time great. We just enjoy these last couple of months, and I think he's having a ball.
Yeah, you have a trio of seniors this year, and I would use a word remarkable to describe all 3 in different ways. Your thoughts on the trio of Eli, Connor, and DeJour, and celebrating them on Saturday?
Well, you just said it. I mean, we've already just said this about Elijah. He's one of our all-time greats. He'll go down in history as one of our all-time greats. He's in the top 8, or is he 9th? He's 9th in scoring. Speedy 8th.
Speedy is 8th.
Oh, Speedy's going to say take him out. Don't let him get past me. But he's top 10, and that's going to last for a long time. It's hard to score that many points. You have to score a lot as a freshman. So he's one of our all-time greats. I love what you say about DeJour. He might be the greatest story in college basketball. You throw everything out there. I mean, he's somebody that, what he does on a daily basis as far as not only being a great player. He's a player of the year. He's not going to get the award probably. I mean, they're going to give it to the popular choice, the sexy choice. But if you really drill down and study who should be the player of the year in the league, it should be DeJour Bowie. And that's no disrespect to the other guys. They're great players. They're NBA players. The 2 guys that we're not going to use their names, they're NBA players. But what DeJour has done for our team is remarkable. And our university. And then Connor is just he's the best walk-on I've ever been around in my life. He makes us better every day. He makes the team better every day. And he is, all three of them make each other better and have taught us all how to be better people.
And speaking of Connor, starts the game, I'm going to say set the tone for the day with that offensive rebound on the first offensive possession. What were your thoughts?
It's funny. I said I'm rarely right, so when I am, I like to brag a little bit, right? I said to somebody, he's going to do something good. He's probably going to get an offensive rebound. And sure enough, he got one, but the one he got was a spectacular offensive rebound because it was a flying, sprinting across the floor to chase down a ball he should have never gotten. It was out of bounds. He flew himself out of bounds, flips the ball backwards or whatever. We get it, and we knock down a shot. And as you said, it set the tone for us. So it was just that was Connor.
And, Coach, we move on. Now CAA Championship Week. Your team has a bye out of the first round, obviously by winning the conference title. You will play either Drexel or Wilmington. How do you go about preparing for an unknown opponent? Obviously, you've been down this road numerous times, but give the fans a idea of how a coaching staff prepares for what's ahead when what's ahead is unknown.
Well, I literally said this before I walked up here to do this to the guys. I'm having trouble making this decision. What do we do? How long do we practice? How hard do we go? Literally. And so we're going to have to make those decisions. We can look back to last year and study what we did last year. Last year we were going to play the winner of JMU and Towson, I think, right? So I looked at our notes and I looked at our practice plans from last year. We prepared for both teams on Tuesday and Wednesday. We did a couple of things that both teams do. I don't know if it worked or not. We really had a tough time beating JMU in that first round, and it's going to be the same this year. So we're really trying to figure that out. I'm not trying to be coy. We're just not sure yet.
And, Coach, we remiss if we didn't talk about what your program has accomplished over the last 2 years. Your program's won 50 games over the last 2 years, back-to-back outright regular season titles, only the sixth time in league history. Can you put into words what kind of looking at this accomplishment in the moment kind of means for you in this program?
Yeah, we're so focused right now on this tournament and knowing that if you can't get it done down there, that would be awfully disappointing. But you can't help but be proud of that. Like you said, only 6 teams have done it, and we've won 3 in 5 years conference championships, and so we're awfully proud of that. But I think it speaks to the guys in that locker room, the guys that we bring into that locker room, the culture that we have, and a really good friend of mine who works for a Power 5 conference doesn't like the word culture, but I think he's really wrong. I think it's whatever the program is, you have one. And it's either a good one or a bad one. And I'm really proud of the culture that we have here at Hofstra.
Well, Coach, we're excited for what the week ahead holds for this program and this culture, and we wish you good luck this weekend.
Thank you, and thanks to all the fans. It was a great day Saturday. Chris Yarnone and Mike Neely got a great crowd here, and the fans were awesome. I'm glad they were able to share with these seniors their special day. And
again, Hofstra will play at noon on Sunday in the quarterfinals against the winner of the UNC Wilmington Drexel game. And we'll talk to you again next week. Thank you once again for joining us on the W. Mason Coach Report with head men's basketball coach Joe Mihalich.